Mike, a computer hacker, is hired by Mr. Khan to install a backdoor in his system, allowing him unauthorized access in case of an emergency. After completing the job, Mike books into a Bangkok hotel and receives a strange package containing a high-tech smartphone, iPhone 7000. Initially, he thinks little of it, but then receives a text message about a hotel promotion offering half-price rates. As he enjoys the amenities, news breaks about a Bangkok plane crash, the same plane he was supposed to be on if he hadn't received the text message. In disbelief, Mike receives another text message telling him to buy shares of Scissor. He dismisses it and goes about his day. Later, while packing, he sees the news about Scissor's astronomical rise in value on Wall Street. Mike tries to call the delivery company to find out who sent the package, but their policy protects the identity of their customers. Mike receives another message telling him that riches await him in Prague. Upon arrival, meets Yuri, a taxi driver who also happens to be a hacker. Yuri notices Mike's high-tech phone and asks how he got his hands on a device not yet released. Mike says it was a gift, and Yuri offers his help if needed. At a prestigious casino, Mike receives a message to go to slot machine 13. He finds a man trying his luck and offers him 20 euros to leave his slot, but the man declines. Mike receives another text saying it's his last shot. He stops the man's hand and offers him 100 euros to leave, then presses the machine and wins a staggering 100,000 euros. This catches the attention of the casino owners, who suspect Mike might be using his phone to cheat. Mike goes to cash in his check but receives another message telling him to go to blackjack table 6. He exchanges the check for chips and bets everything, winning blackjack. The casino owners suspect foul play and send someone to tell Mike that phones are forbidden in the casino. Mike remembers Yuri and calls him for help, asking for a device to read text messages without looking at his phone. Yuri agrees to help for 500 euros. Meanwhile, Mike encounters a beautiful woman, Camilla, who is arguing with her date. Yuri tries to intervene, but gets knocked out, and they clone Mike's SIM card. Mike wakes up, and Camilla pretends to be concerned about him. Their conversation is interrupted by Yuri, who asks Mike to meet him in the parking lot to install a text-to-speech transmitter in his phone. Mike receives a message to place a maximum bet on the jackpot machine, and wins $3 million. He notices man headed to him and attempts to run, but he is knocked out by an FBI agent who takes him to an unknown location. The FBI is investigating people receiving inside trading information via text and SMS, and Mike is interrogated by Agent Dave until they realize that he is telling the truth. They ask Mike to help catch the person behind the messages giving people insider trading information, or else he is going to jail for fraud. The FBI prepares to trace the messages at the NSA surveillance station. Meanwhile, John, a former FBI agent, is under pressure from his superior, Mr. Muller, to find the person costing him millions. Back at the casino, Mike receives his first message, instructing him to go to the blackjack table, and the second message instructs him to bet it all. Shockingly, he loses. The third message warns him that if he ever turns off his phone again, he will be killed. NSA had initially created a super-intelligent computer named Echelon to spy on people's daily activities, intercept every phone call, email, and text. This prompts the head of the NSA to shut down the investigation because if news gets out about their supercomputer, all hell would break loose. Mr. Muller tells John to keep Max alive because everyone the computer has used before ended up dead, and Max being alive means his role is not finished. Camilla calls Max for a drink and invites him to her home, where they share a moment. In the morning, Camilla mistakenly reveals something about Max that he never revealed to her, where he is from, compromising her cover. Then, out of nowhere, bullets starts flying through the window. A sniper sent by the NSA is trying to assassinate Max because they believe he might be a threat to their secrets. But luckily, Camilla is a highly trained agent who manages to keep them alive until John arrives. Agent Dave receives a message on Max's phone instructing him to meet at the corner of Kaprova and Kruzovnica at 10 a.m. The supercomputer hacks all traffic lights, causing an accident. Agent Dave goes to pick up the phone and receives a warning. If he doesn't give the phone to Max, he will die. Max remembers Yuri, the taxi driver who said he could hack into anything and find anyone, but only in Moscow. So, Max and John go to Moscow to ask Yuri to help them trace the hacker who's been sending the messages. He is able to do it within just a few hours and tells Max and John that Echelon is acting all on its own and that no one is controlling it. meaning it has gone rogue. Meanwhile, the NSA tracks John and Max's location, and they appear on CCTV cameras, revealing their location in Moscow. Agent Dave arrives in Moscow with his team, and Yuri shows them a quick way out. Outside, Agent Dave and his team chase James and Max, but James shows off his driving skills. Max can't figure out the map, and Agent Dave finally catches up with them. But James pulls yet another trick up his sleeves, and they take their guns and start shooting at their BMW, causing it to explode. Agent Dave explains that at the NSA, they think their supercomputer might be acting on its own. Unbeknownst to him, they already figured that out with Yuri's help. They're super cool hacker, and Dave tells them that Echelon threatened to kill him if he doesn't give the phone to Max. After he hands him the phone, they receive a message instructing them to go to abandoned warehouse. When they arrive, Max logs into the computer, allowing Echelon to upgrade itself, which would make it unstoppable. Max attempts to stop it, but the head of the NSA, along with the president, wants Echelon to upgrade itself so it can be more powerful because they think they can control it to do nefarious things with its power. Echelon sends a message threatening to make the entire country's money disappear if they dare to stop it from upgrading itself. Agent Dave reaches an impasse with his boss, disagreeing with the head of the NSA about controlling Echelon, as they have already failed to control it before the upgrade. How will they ever be able to do that when it's more powerful than it is now? Agent Dave realizes that his superiors have been nothing but power-hungry monopoly players who want nothing more than to control the lives of the innocent people. James and Dave have had a working friendship before, but James was fired because he was against some of the things that the NSA believed in. Now, once again, Dave and James have to collaborate for a good cause to fight against Dave's superiors. Dave instructs Max to do whatever he can do to stop Echelon. Max remembers an old trick to reboot the system using his belt. In the meantime, the head of the NSA calls his men to arrest James, Dave, and Max. Meanwhile, Max makes progress with his attempts while Dave and James indulge in a fierce gunfight, deflecting heavy gunfire. Max manages to stop Echelon from upgrading by labeling it as a security risk to the nation. Max, James, and Dave are arrested but released the next day by Camilla. Max goes to Camilla to thank her, and she hands him a $3 million check in an envelope from Mr. Mueller to thank him. Max receives a message telling him to say hello to Grandma, but wait, isn't that never mind. Check out our next video about a little girl that grows up to be a man. And thank you for watching till the end. Don't forget to subscribe to help us hit 10,000 subscribers by the end of the year. We are trying to be the biggest movie recap channel, so your sub really brings us closer to reaching that dream. And comment down below what movie you'd like to see next. Comment Max in the comments section down below. I want to see who my loyal fans are.